Pastor T makes us feel all of the feels tonight. There are wedding bells ringing in the air, and we've got Lexi and Stunts again. Let's get the conversation going right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Ooh, ooh. The jam.
So good.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is bar tonight.
This is bar tonight. I love bar.
I do too.
That proposal. I wasn't even bothered that it wasn't anything crazy.
But I think it was perfect.
It was perfect for them.
It was so cute.
It was adorable. And if you guys can't tell, it's just me and Drew tonight. We're hanging out. I'm Tiege. This is my amazing, fabulous, wonderful Drew Jones.
Hi.
She's here. She's hanging out.
I am here.
We're hanging. We're talking marriage.
Yes.
We're talking cheerleading. We're talking Baby of the Week. We have a special Baby of the Week segment later,
so
which is
cute.
becoming our favorite segment of the entire show.
It really is.
It's just really fun. These kids are really adorable, so it works out really nicely. First, let's just talk about the overall overview of the episode. I will say, I'm just incredibly impressed by MTV and this show. There's so many things that happen in this show that are great combo starters. And I think you were mentioning it's just they bring up so many good topics that are that mean a lot to people.
Yeah, I think when Teen Mom first started, everyone was kind of like, in 16 and Pregnant, everyone was like, okay, this is going to be like trash reality TV. But I feel like, especially this particular season, it's brought up a lot of important topics, and I feel like we're reminded these are real people, and you feel for them, and you root for them, and you hurt with them. So I think this was a really good episode to get all of your feels out.
Yeah, I am impressed. MTV, you did it again. This is a good show, and I think that people are starting to catch on to the show. People are starting to watch the show, and it's growing in popularity. And I think it's going to be a really interesting show overall. And we knew that week one because we saw what was going on. But now I feel like people are joining the bandwagon. So join on in, people, and watch with us. So let's break down the couples.
Yes,
shall we? Okay, so first let's talk about Kayla and Stefan. This one's kind of still cringy for me. Isaiah is, I think that she thought that when Isaiah came that her problems would absolve and would go away. And I don't think that that's happening for her.
It's definitely not. I feel like Stefan thinks that this is a job where he gets to clock in and clock out, and his job's not supposed to bother him when he's clocked out. And that's not how parenthood works. At the same time, Kayla needs to understand that babies don't mend relationships, and it is very fresh. I don't think she was necessarily in the wrong. I do think she is getting her feelings hurt because I think there's still love there. I don't think she's in the wrong, though, for being like, asking him to switch nights. Like, she's exhausted. The whole point of him staying over was so that he would help. It doesn't seem like he's really helping.
Right. But I think that when she, and I think that he makes I don't want to say a good point, but I think that he makes a point when he says, I think sometimes you just want me here to look at, which I was appalled that those words came out of his mouth. What I think he means, and what I think he should have said, is that I think you want me here to like be a boyfriend or be with you, and I'm not going to do that because it's just I don't want to be together right now. And I think that's probably how he should have said it if I were in his ear or his PR person. I think that I would have suggested I think she wants him there because she wants to be in a relationship again. But that's just not going to happen right now, I don't think.
Yeah, and she even said, like, when she never thought that when she had a baby that this is how it would be. And I feel for her. Like, nobody wants to, like, a baby's supposed to be this beautiful, loving thing. And, like, ideally people want to have a baby with someone who they're in love with and who loves them back. And, when they're ready and stable. And obviously most of those things are not checked off on the list for her. So I feel for her. And I think Stefan needs to be a little bit more understanding. I do understand, like, they're not together. She needs to understand they're not together. But as we've seen in the past, like, Stefan definitely plays up her feelings for him when he wants to and then completely disregards them when he doesn't.
Totally. And especially when we hear that he's saying stuff like, oh, when we have a daughter together, this will be different. You can't do that to somebody that, like, loves you still. Kayla loves you. Don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, you're stringing her along.
Right. That's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I don't like that, Stefan, so you should stop. You know what he should probably do? I think he should listen to a podcast that we really love. And I think he would love as well.
Absolutely. If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we've got the podcast for you. Yes. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more, let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just head over to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free.
For free.
For free. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know it was us, the Teen Mom panel, that sent you there. Conversations with Maria Menounos. Check it out right now. We are 4 days away from a new podcast. Very excited.
Yes.
She actually, I had to think of what day it was. I was like,
we are doing the countdown.
I was like, it's today Monday. But she actually always, she weirdly, I feel like, says things that apply to my life in that moment. Like she's a little psychic or something.
She might be a little psychic.
Might be a little psychic. But yeah, she's dope.
She's dope. And it's a cool podcast. She talks to a lot of cool people, and it's interesting. It's always, worth hearing.
Yeah. If you have traffic like we do here in LA, it's the perfect thing to get you through it.
Yeah, totally. Totally. You know what else? It feels premature, but I'm going to bring it up. If you want to listen to something else on your drive as well after you're done with Maria, come listen to us on iTunes, because we're also on iTunes.
We are.
And while you're there, you might as well rate and subscribe and do all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And if you're an Android person and you're like, I don't like iTunes, that's okay. Want to know why? Because we have SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud.
Wow.
We're on all the streamings.
We're on all of the things. So 5 stars would be really cool to click on,
Yeah.
Give us a comment,
Each star represents a baby on Teen Mom.
Oh, wow.
So you gotta like all of them.
You gotta like them all. Okay, we're done with our promotional things. However, we'll see you there.
We will.
Briana and Danae is who we have to talk about now, and this one is just tough for me. So this week we see that Briana is moving in with Danae. They're looking at apartments. They finally settle on an apartment that is apparently not in the best neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I thought was interesting was Briana was talking to her mom about it, and her mom said that she's upset that she's moving into a neighborhood that isn't the best. And for me, I was confused because I was like, Mom, if you don't want me to move in, can you help us out? Or can you, I guess she doesn't want to do that because she wants her to grow up and stuff. Yeah. But it's like, Mom, help, just a little bit, or give us some advice, because if you don't want us to move in there, you can't judge us on moving in there.
Yeah. I actually side with Brianna's mom on this, just because, even last week with how everything blew up and, the police had to be called on Danae, Brianna's made her choice. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Brianna is not necessarily putting Brayson first. I feel like she's putting how she feels first. And her mom has another kid in the house, Brianna's sister. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she has to, she has to be a mother and has to prioritize her children. And if Brianna wants to be grown and go do these things and, have the baby and stuff, she still has another kid she has to worry about. She still has her own mental health to worry about. And clearly, it's a lot of drama going on. So I feel for her mom, because she's like, I love you and I want you to be okay, but I also can't put up with what Danae's brought to our household.
Totally.
And so she's not, because she didn't kick Brianna out. She said, I wanted you to stay here for a while, but I just can't with him. He's too much.
Right. Well, and you know what? It looks like next week stuff is going to come to blows again with Danae.
Which we were ready for.
We're ready for it. But, it's hard to watch because you want them to do well. We know that eventually I don't know the current update, but it looks like she's still with the other guy.
She's with, I think
she might be the baby daddy.
I was going to say, I think the older Brayson gets, the more he looks like that guy. So I think that is the baby daddy.
Okay. So we might see that probably later in the season. But for now on the show, they're still together, Briana and Danae. And Danae is even saying he wants to adopt Brayson. And he said, quote, there's a proposal depending on how you act.
Ugh.
What? What?
Danae is just the worst. Like,
Danae, don't hold that over her head. And also, she's a really cool chick, and what we've seen from her, she deserves to be proposed to yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like Danae's is only in it for Brayson. Like, there's some weird connect there.
You think?
With Brayson. See, the way he treats Briana is just so unacceptable, and I feel like the only saving grace for their relationship is the baby. And it's just uncomfortable.
I know, and I think there must be a lot that we don't see with them or something. They must just only feature the drama or something like that, because when they say, I couldn't imagine my life without you, I need you in my life, I'm like, really? Because I don't see that. Because maybe I just haven't seen that side of their relationship, because to be honest, it looks like they're better apart from what we see.
Yeah, they've also been together on and off for 3 years, and I think sometimes you can fall in a relationship with somebody, and because it's become so habitual, you legitimately can't see what life would be like without them, because you're so used to them being there. And instead of viewing the bad and the good separately, they're all mushed together because it's just your constant.
Right.
So I feel like maybe they were really good in the beginning and they're just holding on to that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting regardless, but I think we're going to see this come to a screeching halt here soon.
Yeah.
Which is going to be tough to watch, but it's probably good for both of them to grow and see what else life has to offer.
Also, $585 for a 1-bedroom. Where is that?
Where is it? And can we get a one-way? Because that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be
or
dope.
$585. But I don't even think they must have gotten something even maybe a little bit less than that.
Because they didn't get a proof. I can't even imagine.
I mean, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But also, like, I guess like wages are different in different parts of the country.
That's true.
So that still is pricey. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about, but LA is crazy. And that's what we're comparing it to. Okay, Ashley and Bar. Oh my gosh, I was crying.
We did tear up.
That was just such a sweet moment with her mom. And so she's been fighting with her mom. There was the drama last week where Bar was called, or the cops were called on Bar. Mm-hmm. And there was just drama about him possibly proposing, all of this stuff. Pastor T getting involved. And then today we saw just like a classic mom moment where mom just wants to protect her baby and is like, hey, if anything happens, I got you. Don't worry about it. Like, I love you. Oh my God, I was crying. It was so cute and so relatable. And I loved seeing this moment.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to phrase this. Okay. I disagree with how Pastor T handles things. And I think last week she was out of pocket for how she chose to handle Bar wanting to propose to Ashley. And I don't think she has the right to dictate whether Bar and Ashley get married or don't get married. Mm-hmm. And I think she's very pushy with her opinion. I do agree with Ashley, though, that, like, Bar didn't need to meet them on their level. You know, like, he should have stayed calm, and he didn't. And so, now they have to deal with the situation. And now they're moving out and all of that. I do, however, feel for Pastor T because I think in her mind she truly thinks she's doing what's best for Ashley and trying to protect her. And I love that despite everything, she's still like, no matter what, I'm your mom and I'm going to go to bat. And if you ever feel, I love that she gave Ashley the option of, like, if there's anything wrong, like, you can still come home. It's like, oh my God, I know we don't agree, but I'm still your mom and I love you. That was really sweet.
That was the cutest moment I've seen probably this whole season. But close second would be the proposal, which was so adorable and cute, and Bar and Ashley just keep getting cuter, and I keep falling more in love with them and their relationship every single week. And we see him finally propose, and it's cute and it's quaint and it's in a cute.
It's very, like, they said that this was, like, their place, like, where they went. So that was super cute. It was cute that Holly got to be there.
Yes, yeah.
I love that the ring didn't fit her finger because she still has pregnancy weight. Mm-hmm. That was super cute. She actually posted on Instagram the new ring, and it is icy.
It's icy.
So I'm here for it.
Yeah, the first one was, like, pink and cute.
This one's like a ring, though.
This one's a ring, though. I like how we both looked at each other and said, cute. It was cute. It was just different. And then now she's got some icy ring. But also, I will say another thing I love this episode with them is Shen was on the phone and just excited for Bar and proposing, and it just feels like everything is, like, going so well for them.
Yeah, I feel like they're getting it together.
Yeah, and I love it. I love watching that. It's so cute and so fun, and tears were flowing.
They're super cute, and I just like what I love about Bar and Ashley is I love listening to Bar talk about Ashley.
Yes.
It's so cute.
With his friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's refreshing compared to how some of the other men on the show
Oh, totally.
talk about, their girls. Like, it's just precious.
It's adorable. Yeah, that friend was like, dude, are you sure you like her like that? And Bar's like, are you kidding me? Like, I love her. Like, oh,
So cute.
Bar, 5 stars for you. Bar, 5 stars for you. I love him, and I love her, and I love them together. Okay. Love fest. Lexi and Kyler. We're moving on this week, and so Tobias is here, and Lexi is cheering in her first football game since having Tobias, which was cute. Their mom and daughter relationship is also very adorable. Mom tells Lexi, to be very serious about staying on birth control this time, which I think is a valuable note.
Yeah.
And overall, they're moving forward. I think Kyler's over less, and I think it's probably because
he's working, because he has to drive like an hour, I think they said last week, an hour there and back to his job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kyler's not ideal for me, I still think, but there's like something kind of funny about he's
actually getting hilarious.
Yeah, there's something like enjoyable about Kyler. I don't know. I don't think he's like a deadbeat dad or anything. Like, there's dads on the show that I'm like, okay, you suck.
Yeah.
Stefan. But then there's Kyler, who I think is legit just like a teenage boy.
Right.
And I think he does what he can.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I used to give a lot of trouble to Kyler, and I thought he was just really, silly and, didn't, realize what he was saying. Now I'm starting to realize he doesn't realize he's funny.
Yeah.
And when he talks, he doesn't even get, or maybe he does. I don't know. Something about him is, bothering me less.
I think once the baby came, he was a lot more, I think he kind of peeped that Lexi's special, and, he's in his own weird monotone way.
Yes.
Respecting her more and
I love it.
Praising her more, I guess.
I love it.
Me
yeah,
too.
It would be great to see him grow up a little bit, and I think we're starting to see that, so that's a fun transition to watch.
And I think it's interesting that he's doing the same program. He's not going back to school. He's doing the same program as her, and I respect that because I feel like it shows that he's sacrificing just as much as she is.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's working and, he's not going to get to do the normal senior year experience because he's helping with the baby. And I like that there's, that equal stance there.
Right. I love it.
Same thing.
Yeah. I'm happy about where they're at right now, and I hope that
Me too.
they continue on a good path, which I feel like they will. Now we have Jade and Shawn and Chloe, and this was kind of a tough week to watch. It's kind of the constant battle between Jade and her mom.
Yeah.
And it was tough because Jade wants space and wants to have her apartment back to normal. I think Shawn also wants the apartment back to normal without her mom and dad staying with them. But also there's a part of Jade that obviously loves her mom and wants to help her mom out in whatever way she can. And, Jade is talking about how she's the only one working in the house. And it's hard on her. She's kind of got all the balls in the air, and she's literally the only one juggling. She's kind of not getting help from a lot of other sources.
Yeah.
So she's so independent, and I think it's tough for her to see something fall short, Yeah.
Well, I think her mom's behavior is atrocious right now. I just think it's so me, and ungrateful. And for her to come at Jade's parenting skills, it's just, there's a lot of her behavior, she's definitely an addict. We already know this. And her behavior and how she chooses to handle things and deflect is definitely the qualities of an addict. And I just feel for Jade because I feel like she's really working her behind off. And it's so unfortunate that, Shawn, even though he's emotionally supportive, you could go get a job, Shawn.
I know. That's the thing. Hopefully he will have a job soon.
Next week's episode made me a little nervous for
Right.
them, but I also think it's ridiculous that her mom wanted a house key because it's this isn't your house.
But it's tough though. It's you want to give your parents everything that they gave you.
Yeah,
right.
You want to, but at the same time, it's not your responsibility to.
Right.
You know, and then when you have a baby, that baby becomes your main priority. And so if there's things that are being a hindrance to your baby, then they got to go.
Yeah. It's tough though. It's a tough situation. Obviously,
It is,
we
for
don't.
sure.
And you know, like all of these stories, we don't see the whole scope of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but I hope that they get it together. And we do know it looks like Shawn and her might take a second of a break next week or something.
Yeah, which I hope it works out, just because her mom said some pretty hateful stuff this week, and I don't want her to be able to be like, I told you so. Because her mom even said, I hope you don't have this happen to you. And expect me to do something about it, because I'll treat you like you treated me. Which I'm like, with open arms and like with a warm home to sleep in.
Yeah, and like debatable giving you a key, but maybe not. But
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I know. It's. But also, we do see on social media that it looks like right now, currently today, what is today's date? April 30th.
That they're together.
They're together,
Yeah.
supposedly. So that's good. I do like them together. I think that Shawn is actually really good for Jade, because he's a really good sounding board, and he does pay attention when she talks, and he is there for her, it seems, relatively. So I think they're a good pair, but they just have some stuff to work out.
Yeah, they're young. They gotta,
Totally. Who doesn't have stuff to work out?
facts.
You know? Facts. You know what else are facts? The news and gossip we have for you tonight.
Yes.
Drew, I'm going to give us a drum roll.
Woo. All right. So there was a warrant issued out for Adam Lynn. That's Chelsea's Teen Mom 2's baby daddy. It was issued when he was failed to appear in court on March 7th. He's 28, was scheduled to appear in court for a hearing for his November 2nd simple domestic assault arrest. He was arrested for a second time on December 5th for violating the no contact order against his ex in the case. He also has another warrant out for being behind on child support. In January, Lynn's parenting time with Aubrey was modified to a visitation center. 1 week in the month, Aubrey will be with Adam's parents from Friday to Sunday. Adam may not be present when Aubrey is with Donna. That's his mom. He broke this, however, as he posted a photo with his daughter on Snapchat at his mother's home. Chelsea let his parents have her for a couple of hours. She's livid and won't do that anymore.
Wow. Drama.
Yeah, if your child is in the wrong, you gotta back them up. You can't just like let them do whatever they want. That's not how that works.
Right.
Another baby daddy who's in trouble with the law is Ryan Macy's first baby daddy. This is his first arrest from last year's that was kept under wraps but led to his arrest last month. During a search in his vehicle, police found 14 hypodermic needles, one of which was loaded with heroin, and a bag tied to the center console with a dark substance inside. Apparently, they asked him what it was, and he replied, "It's heroin. I have a problem." Authorities also recovered 2 silver spoons with residue on them and a scale. The heroin was weighed and found to be 1.8 grams.
Is that a lot?
I don't know. Sounds like it.
Any amount of heroin
I think
seems like a bad amount.
any amount of heroin is a no-go. It appears Edwards was not arrested and was instead issued a misdemeanor citation for simple possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. He pled guilty to the simple possession of heroin charge. He was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days in jail. The sentence was suspended upon payment of a $750 fine and good behavior. He was ordered to take drug screenings for 6 months. The possession of drug paraphernalia and expired registration offenses were dismissed. That is frustrating, actually, when you think about it, because there are plenty of people serving real time for marijuana.
Right? Oh,
But
don't even
he
get me
just
started.
got a slap on the wrist and $750
For heroin.
for heroin.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
That is...
He has been through the ringer, though, so.
Yeah. On lighter news.
News.
Isaiah, who is Kayla and Stefan's baby on our show, has to wear a helmet. And so Kayla wrote, a lot of people have asked me why Isaiah wears a helmet. He has a condition known as flat head syndrome and affects nearly 1 in 2 infants today. And basically was just saying that it causes flat spots, and he just has to wear it for a few months and then he'll be good to go.
He'll be Gucci.
Yeah. I know a lot, I knew that was super common.
Yeah.
I've had friends whose babies have had to wear it they wear it for a few months and they're good to go.
Totally.
Their little cute heads are so squishy when they're first born.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I could have reshaped my entire face when I was a baby.
Yeah.
If I would have known what I needed. Like, I would have put a, like, clothespin on my nose. I'm just kidding. But, you know.
And then, lastly, this one is a real kicker.
Kicker.
Janelle from Teen Mom 2, Janelle Evans, pulled a gun on a man during a shocking road rage incident with her son Jace in the car.
No.
No. She said that she called 911 and told the cops that the driver purposely pulled on the brakes in front of her, and that she failed to tell the authorities that she had a gun in her car, pulled it out, and according to a police report, an audio obtained by the police, she pulled it out. The person said the crazy lady followed him to his house. She's fixing to get shot. The report stated about the incident. She was driving, blocking traffic. He tried to pass around the inside like everyone else, and she flipped out. Another driver claimed she followed him onto his private property, and she started yelling, "Bring it on."
Oh, jeez.
So
That's tough. Also, I mean, bring it on. What fighting words, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that.
What's so interesting about Janelle is Janelle consistently says stuff about everyone else's parenting and everyone else's lives, and she lets her crazy homophobic husband say all this stuff, but, like, girl, y'all gotta get yourself checked real quick.
Yeah, that's a tough one. She's kind of in and out of
Your son's in the car.
sanity. Yeah.
You're, like, how old is he? Like 7, I think I said?
And you have a gun in the car?
Yeah, like, there's just
Where do you like, why do we need that?
Why?
Exactly. That is actually crazy. You know what's not crazy? And you know what'll put a smile on your face? Even if you're listening, we'll describe it well. Baby of the week is
gosh.
right now. The widow laugh. Okay, this is the widow baby of the week.
Oh, my goodness.
This is
Isaiah.
Okay, Isaiah is in the bath. These are for your listeners who aren't viewing with us right now, but he's in a little bath, and he's taking a little bath, and he's very cute.
This is the most recent. I love the baby talk. The most recent photo on Kayla's Instagram. She posted a series of little baby bathtub time.
Bath time with baby.
He's just so cute, and like he looks so much like her.
Yeah, and he looks very happy and adorable, and it just like, oh, I just love it. A little baby bath picture.
I know. I get like I'm fine all week until we get to the show, and then I get like baby fever for a few hours.
It's the weirdest. And then it's just like gone.
And then I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I think about it in reality, and I'm like, no, I'm all right.
I'm chill. It's chill. But that is a very adorable baby. Oh my gosh, what a cute baby of the week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get into predictions.
Let's do it.
For next week. We're going to see some stuff hit the fan, I think.
And now, your
the
AfterBuzz TV
Predictions. So exciting. Okay, so I think Jade and Shawn, we're going to see something blow up there. And we might see something happen with the parents. That will be a nice update, see what's going on there. I think that we will see that come to blows. Also, another blow up I believe we might see is with Danae and Briana. That looks like a real blow up that I don't really even want to see. I don't want to see it. It's hard.
It makes me uncomfortable, yeah.
Right? Doesn't it? And then I think Kayla and Stefan, it might be more of the same. Ashley and Bar are going to be in love, I'm predicting. And Lexi and Kyler are hopefully going to make steps into getting their own place. Maybe you think that's gonna happen? I'm not sure that'll happen anytime soon. Actually.
Not yet. Let me think. I think the Jade and Shawn thing is gonna be based off the parents. I think the parents are gonna be pushing them, and they're gonna get in a fight over that. But I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I really hope this is like the end of Danae and Briana. I hope Briana goes home because her mom really does rock with her. And I think she loves her. And Danae is just toxic. Like, it's just a very unhealthy relationship. And Danae has a lot of things that he needs to work on. And he needs to do that away from the baby.
Right.
And I hope Briana it clicks for her, like, this, like, my baby's my main priority and nothing else really matters.
Right.
I want to see Ashley and Bar continue I want, like, no drama for them. I want them to get to enjoy this, like, engagement for a minute. Lexi and Kyler, I think it's going to be pretty pretty chill, you know. I
Yeah.
think it's just going to be like high school stuff for her. I think it's going to be weird for her getting back into the hang of high school again.
Right.
And then Kayla and Stefan, I really hope that it clicks for Kayla that she does need to get back with him, because I think he doesn't treat, I mean, he obviously doesn't treat her right, but I think he says what he needs to say to get her to do what he needs her to do, and I hope she like hears it how it really is for the first time, and like they can just figure. It looks like from their Instagram that they're co-parenting all right now, so I hope this is the beginning of that.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we start to see everybody just kind of get it together.
Yeah.
That would be exciting. We also just want to thank you guys so much for watching every week and joining in the conversation. We love when you guys are in the live chats. We also love when you're in the comment section. If there's anything you guys want to talk about during the week, anything you guys want us to look into, anybody you want to try to have us get on the show, which we are working on. We will probably have some of the girls on pretty soon via Skype, most likely. But then put it in the comments below, and we will be sure to get back to you guys. We always appreciate you guys hanging out and following along.
Yeah.
If you want to follow us during the week, you can find us. Well, I'll tell you guys where you can find us. I am Tiege Dooley Panko, and you guys can find me at TiegeDP. It's TIEGEDP. Super weird, but Drew, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
Okay, Drew J. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great week, Teen Mom Lovers.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.